Hi folks, Matthew here from Disaster Area Designs, doing a quick video to introduce you to our MIDI Baby controller. This is a MIDI Baby in its box. Opening the box, you'll find a sticker and a pick, a quick start guide, the MIDI Baby itself, and a USB cable. To get started with the MIDI Baby, open up the quick start and follow the instructions. We'll connect the MIDI Baby to our Mac or Windows PC using the supplied mini USB cable. So you put the small end in here, and you put the big end into your Windows or Mac computer, and you'll see the light up and the colors change. So, launch support a web browser, Chrome or Opera, and navigate to this URL, or you can go to our website, disasterareadesigns.com, and you can go to support and you can click on MIDI Baby Editor. When you do that, your browser will ask you if we're allowed to use your MIDI devices. So you'll see disasterareaamps.com wants to use your MIDI devices. Select Allow, and then on the top bar up here, you'll see your available MIDI ports. Now I'm on a Mac, so I have the IAC driver, and I also have the Disaster G3 MIDI in. So if you select OK on both of these, you'll see they change to green, and then I can click the Read Device button. And once it's finished reading, we can scroll through and we can see all of the configured settings here. So at the top we have our global settings, and then at the bottom we have the main foot switch. Under global settings, we have several options. Multi-jack defines what this jack on the side of the controller does. It's a 1/4-inch jack that has a lot of potential configuration options. You can set it to send MIDI on the tip of the jack, to send MIDI on the ring of the jack, to send MIDI on the tip and the ring of the jack, which allows you to connect to 2 different MIDI pedals. MIDI I/O, which is MIDI output on the tip and MIDI input on the ring. And this lets you do things like connect to Alexander or Maris pedals and use this as a MIDI interface back to your computer. You can connect an expression pedal or an external foot switch. If you select either expression pedal or external foot switch, you'll see down below extra options: expression pedal or external foot switch, ring and tip. So configure this the way you want. MIDI input channel is the input channel, the MIDI channel on which the MIDI Baby responds. It's not currently supported. We've got it in here for some future expansion. MIDI through, DIN, USB, and multi-jack. When MIDI comes in either through this multi-jack or through the USB, this MIDI through setting determines where it goes. So MIDI in goes to the multi-jack or USB or the 5-pin port. Generally, you can leave this off unless you have a specific reason to turn it on. MIDI clock enables the built-in MIDI clock, and USB function changes the USB port on the side to be either USB device, which is used for programming it with the editor or connecting to your DAW or your mobile device like an iPad, or host allows you to control another USB device with the MIDI Baby. So you can do things like control the Red Panda Tensor Particle V2 or the Zoom Multi-Stomp series. That's the MS50G, MS60B, and MS70 CDR. Unfortunately, the MS100BT is not supported because it does not have MIDI. Then we've got LED brightness, and this is exactly what it sounds like. It changes the brightness of the built-in LED. And finally, we display the firmware version. The current version is V12. As we release later versions of the firmware, they'll display here. So you'll be able to tell exactly what firmware version you're running. Now down at the bottom, we have our main foot switch configuration. So right now, the behavior of the foot switch is set to send a press message on falling edge, hold and long hold messages after the configure delay. So what this means is when we tap this foot switch, we send one message. You can see the light turns blue. If I hit it and hold it, we get a green blink. So a green instead of blue, so there's blue and there's green. So that means we can have two different messages set up. If we had this long hold configured, we could actually set this to send another message here. Program change, let's see, CC toggle 100 and count and send 0, 127 and step 127, counter 3. So now I can send this over to the controller, and when I press the button I get blue, and when I hold it I get green, and if I continue to hold it I'll get red, although it's, there you go, 5 seconds. So we can change that delay to be a bit shorter if we want, say 2.5 seconds here. There you go. So in this way you can configure the foot switch to send up to 3 messages: blue, green, and red. So that's 3 messages from one foot switch. If you change the foot switch behavior, we can send an immediate action on press, which means that as soon as the foot switch is pressed, the message is sent. So it happens on the down rather than on the up. Or we can send a press message on the falling edge and a release message on the rising edge. And this is useful for things like note on and note off, or for toggling on and off something like an expression function or a ramp or a freeze on your pedal. Depending on what you're doing, all of these behaviors have applications. So we'll do lots more videos covering the MIDI Baby with specific devices from Chase Bliss, Maris, Empress, Alexander, Strymon, you name it. If there's a specific video that you'd like to see, please post it in the comments. Click like and subscribe to be notified about more MIDI Baby videos. Thanks for watching.